Hi, we're the ARI diagnosis and treatment team.
Hi, my name is Amaya Spalviro. I live in South Carolina and I'm going to be a junior this year.
Hello, my name is Krisha Patel, and I'm a rising junior at Lamont High School in Chicago.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Stokes Lopez. I'm class of 2026 and and I live in Indiana.
Hi, my name is Talia Brodsky, and I live in Maryland, and I'm going to be a junior this year.
Hi, my name is Tatum Lynn. I'm also a junior and I live in Maryland.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I live in Chicago and I'm going to be a junior.
Hi, my name is Alex. I go to Mackenzie High School and I'm going to be a junior.
An acute respiratory tract infection is an infection that may interfere with breathing. It can affect your upper respiratory system or your lower respiratory system and can either be bacterial or viral.
So an extremely important part of a diagnosis is that it is accurate or it's an early diagnosis. An early diagnosis is extremely helpful because the sickness isn't at such a high point and it can be treated quickly. But a correct an early diagnosis can be delayed because of a wrong diagnosis sometimes, which will give you the wrong treatment. And since you're not getting the right care, you wouldn't be getting better.
So there are two main tests to test for an ARI. First, doctors usually conduct a throat swab, which will determine if the ARI is either bacterial or viral. This throat swab consists of a doctor using a stick sort of like substance and then sticking it in the patient's throat to test for a sputum culture. The second type of test the doctor will do to determine the level of ARI is a chest x-ray. If the chest x-ray shows up abnormal, we can determine that the ARI is lower, and if the chest x-ray shows up completely normal, the ARI is upper.
There are also two types of disease treatments. The first is the bacterial treatment, and if a doctor diagnoses the patient with bacterial ARI, then they need to prescribe antibiotics, specifically amoxicillin as an example. And then the second is a viral ARI, and in this case, the patient will need lots of hydration and rest. And an example of hydration could be water or herbal teas. And then if one of the symptoms of a patient is a fever, antipyretics is the proper treatment. And it's extremely important for patients to be fully treated because ARIs are extremely contagious and the ARI could easily spread through the whole community.
For our community workshop, we focused on creating activities for the community to add to their daily lives. We used engaging activities for adults and children. We discovered that herbs are native to Bauchi and beneficial to people with an ARI. Herbs are also interesting for the natives of Bauchi because they normally prefer natural medicine. Next, we created a children's book that educates kids to tell their parents if they're experiencing symptoms of ARI. This book explains to kids that it's normal to get the infection and that they shouldn't be scared to go to the doctor or to tell their parents.
So our first exercise is a homemade herbal tea recipe book, and this is it on the screen. Our target audience is healthcare workers, natural healers, and parents. So this is our target audience because healthcare workers and natural healers are the ones that come in contact with the sick people. So they're the ones that are going to be giving out the recipe book. And parents are our target audience because they're going to make the recipes in the recipe book for their children and themselves. So we chose herbal tea because people of Bauchi already have the ingredients local to them to make the tea, and there's a natural remedy that will already help, so it's not changing or it's a part of their culture. So To begin, I will explain our activity. First, the target audience will create a session and we will ask them to bring crushed lemongrass, ginger, and water. In the beginning, they will get a big pot and they'll put it in the middle. And then the community people who are attending the session will join around this pot in a circle. And then the person that is like the facilitator of the session will give out the recipe books and seed bags. As they put the ingredients into the pot, well, they put the water in the pot first and bring it to a boil over a fire or a stove. So then as they put the ingredients into the pot, they will flip through the recipe book and explain and go along with one of the recipes in the book. So after that, all the people will come together and taste the tea. And after that, they get to go home and take their seeds and plant them. So you can plant the seeds in your yard or in a container in the house, and they also purify the air. And this is our book. So this is our first recipe, and it's for a lemongrass tea. And this is our second recipe, it's for a hibiscus tea.
So our second activity is a coloring book, which is targeted towards elementary to middle school age children, because the children are the next generation, and we feel that exposing them to how to detect infections early is imperative to stopping the spread of ARIs in the future. So in this activity, the facilitator will hand out a page from the coloring book to each child with a pack of crayons that they will get to color, while the facilitator reads the story of Amadi, which is a boy that is showing symptoms of an ARI. He tells his mother that he feels sick, and his mom takes him to the doctor. The doctor then does a throat swab test, and that comes back positive. So the goal for this activity is to hopefully educate the children about what to do when they detect symptoms of an ARI, and also to expose them to the types of tests the doctor will take and familiarize them with the test before they get there.
So for our itemized budget of our $500, we spent around $430. First, we needed to purchase some crayons for the kids to color with, which cost around $15. And then we decided to print about 50 recipe books and 50 coloring books, which cost about $250 for the recipe books and $100 for the coloring books. And then we needed to purchase one pot to make the tea in for the activity, the first activity, which was about $30. And then we bought lemongrass seeds for about $10. And then 0.5 kilograms of hibiscus seeds for $17. And then we bought some Ziploc bags to hand out these seeds in, which was about $8.
Sorry, okay, it's back. Thank you, ARI diagnosis and treatment. I think it was quite elaborate, and the use of homemade remedies is known to be successful in the treatment and optimization of individuals with different forms of ARI. I think globally and locally it has been proven. What I'm not sure is natural healers. Sorry, Anje, if you say natural healers, who do we refer to? Okay, traditional healers. I'm not sure, because many a times the problem with this group of individuals is they go beyond the limitation of what is expected of them. So I'm not sure if in an very orthodox setting like this, you encourage discussions with them, and then maybe them offering treatment. Usually what happens in our own setting is you ask people to do certain thing and they go beyond that. So I think healthcare workers who have different cadre, even the law healthcare workers can be trained to send the message. In fact, it's better you train the community members than a group of traditional leaders. Natural healers or traditional healers, so that the community members will own and then practice it than somebody on who is unregulated will now having so much authority to do what he likes, and then especially exploiting people even from those halves that you teach them freely for the benefit of the community and mankind. Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Wonderful job.
Congratulations, guys. You did a very good job. I really like the tea recipe, mainly because I love tea. So that really spoke to me. I mean, I also like how it's presented, because when you do go to the hospital and you have some disease, your doctor actually tells you to make tea and to do all of those things. And then when people go home, people just make random different kind of tea. In Nigeria, when you say tea to somebody, they might think you mean hot chocolate, which has no nutritional value for ARI. So your recipe book is a good idea, because it's then saying it's lemon, it's mint, these are the things that are healthy. So it's kind of cutting the miscommunication between the healthcare workers and the community. But then I wish you also talked about maybe you also had a workshop about tackling maybe fears around antibiotics, because it's all of the potential treatments of ARI could have been easily covered. I liked how you all presented. I could tell that some of you were shy, but I could still tell that you had all the information. So I'm sitting here saying, just talk. I know you know it, just say it. So I want you all to know that you're really young. You have a very long life and career ahead of you. Build your confidence. You already have all of the skills. Be proud of yourself and know that you have something to say and your voice matters. So please don't hide your voice. Let's hear you more. Be very proud of yourselves and congratulations.
Thank you very much, team ARI Diagnosis and Treatment. You did very, very well, like my colleagues mentioned. But yeah, diagnosis and treatment, everything was captured except some aspects of the symptoms. I don't know what team or... Okay, Dr. Jalo took this lecture for ARI, but I always mention to students about how you treat symptoms. Even during the diagnosis practice, I said, talk about cough drops, because most of the time the patients come with cough. Most times that's even the very first symptom. Okay, and that is the most uncomfortable symptom. You see, even in a setting like this, if someone has a cough, it makes them uncomfortable, because whenever anyone coughs, cough, 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 everyone will start looking around, and it makes people... So it's one of the things you really want to treat, with cough drops. And I'm sure if you go to CVS or any of these pharmacies, any medication for flu has a combination of drugs, okay? Acetaminophen for fever and headache or whatever. There's maybe something to suppress cough. There's something for runny nose. When the nose is running, you can use anti-allergy or something like this. And of course, the idea of making tea was very, very good. Ginger has been proven to have antibacterial effect, as well as I think a soothing effect, especially for people with sore throat and all of that. So it's really a good one. And we have these ingredients readily available over there. So it was a good one. Congratulations for this immense hard work, and well done very much, girls. All right. Congratulations.